welcome back to my channel. This week's video is a very much requested video that I am doing, and I was actually going to do it closer to Christmas, but people are asking me so much in the last couple of weeks for ideas for Christmas presents that I thought I would put this video up now. So this week's video is all about stocking fillers. So here we have Oscar's stocking, and I'm aiming this video at toddlers, kind of the 1 to 2 year old age bracket. These are all things that were kind of smaller items, not your big ticket Christmas presents, but they're things that your child will use over the course of the next year and also into their childhood. I am desperately seeking presents that have longevity, and I am trying to avoid presents that are only useful for one thing and for a short amount of time. So all of these items are smaller items that could go in your stocking and are very easily picked up on Amazon quite cheaply, and I will pop all the links in the description box below. Some of these items I actually already own and they've been in use, and that's why I'm recommending them to you, and some of them are actually on Oscar's gift list this year, so I haven't actually physically got them to show you, but I'll pop a picture up on the screen. Okay, the first stocking filler item is scoops and funnels. These have been in use with us from the age of 12 months. Oscar has used them for messy play. I picked up this set of scoops. They come in 4 sizes, including this micro scoop, from Amazon, really cheap, and they have come in plenty of use. We use them for rice, messy play and things like that, but also more and more, as he's becoming a bit more dexterous, he's starting to use it to transport substances from one container to another, and that's really fun. And along with that is scoops. You can pick up a whole range of scoops, or you might already have a scoop in your kitchen and you can just re-gift it to your child. This 2 set of scoops, I can't even remember where I picked these up from, but you can again pick them up on Amazon really cheap, and they come in real handy for pouring activities, so getting a jug and pouring liquid into them, or if you see my rice play video, I use these in for messy play as well. So these are great for hand-eye coordination activities, and your child would definitely get a lot of use out of these, not just while they're 1 to 2 year olds, but further along as well. The second item is actually an item that I don't own already, and so I can't show it to you, but I will pop the picture up on the screen. It is a threading cheese. These sorts of activities are really coming into their own now that Oscar is getting towards the 18-month stage. By Christmas, just for your information, Oscar will be 17 months old. So I'm kind of projecting as well for his gifts for Christmas of things that he's going to be able to use for a significant period after that. So these threading activities are really useful for that hand-eye coordination and that pincer grip as well. They just have a little wooden rod with a string attached that you can thread in and out of the holes of the cheese, and it's a great activity. Lots of people recommend it if you're going on long journeys or flights as well. It keeps children really entertained. There's lots of different threading activities, but the wooden cheese has actually got nice big holes and a big rod to put through, so really great for this age. If your child is slightly older, there's lots of other kind of threading activities where the holes are smaller that might be of interest. The third stocking filler is scarves. If you don't already have a set of these scarves, they are so useful and kids just love them. Actually from all ages. Oscar has loved these from before 1 year old. He used to use them for peekaboo. So this was the first set that we bought. I think you get 10 in a set, so they're really vibrant colours. You can use them for music and dance. You can use them for playing peekaboo and things like that. You can also tie them together and create like a limbo rod. You can wrap things up in them. You can tuck baby to sleep as a blanket. They come in such use, such an open-end gift. I've since gone and bought another set that were actually more pastel colours, and you get things like brown and things like that. So that's really handy as well if you're using them for small world play. So if you're having fields and rivers, the bright colours were great, but when you wanted, darker colours, browns and things like that, you just couldn't use them. So I've also found this set. I'll link all of these below. And then I went on to wanting bigger fabrics to make forts. Oscar is just entering like an enveloping schema, so he wants to wrap things constantly himself. He wants to put things over chairs, so he's got a little fort to climb under, and he's wrapping up his toys and things like that. So bigger scarves were really important to get. You can go and buy Sarah's silks, which are lovely, beautiful silk scarves for children's play. My budget didn't quite go to that, so I was racking my brains. I was thinking I'll just go to a fabric shop, but the fabric was too stiff. I really wanted it to be kind of this see-through scarf material, and these actually I found on Amazon. They're just women's sarongs, and they come in all different colours. So I've got here I've got green, red, balloon, brown, I think I have yellow, and I think I have a lighter green as well. The fourth stocking filler is another item that is on Oscar's Christmas list, and that is some nesting dolls. Russian dolls, babushka dolls, they come under that kind of title. Basically, a set of probably 5 or 6 dolls that sit inside of each other and open up in the middle. These are a great toy for if your child is in the containment schema, which Oscar is currently. He is loving to put things inside other objects, so this is like the perfect item to have. So we're kind of holding out for Christmas till he gets one. You can get the traditional Russian doll with the kind of girl's face in dresses, or you can get ones that are animals. There's a whole penguin set on Amazon I've seen, you know, getting smaller and smaller penguins. Doesn't really matter which ones you get. What you do need to make sure is they're good quality and that they open easily, because the thing that you want to avoid is the frustration of not being able to get them open, and some of them are quite tight and may need loosening or whatever. You want a good quality one that is not going to splinter as well, so that your child can use it safely. The fifth item, I'm just checking here, I think is probably one of the cheapest items in my stocking filler list, and that is a watering can, or under that kind of umbrella is also a plastic jug. These are child-sized, so that they are able to use them. If your child is anything like mine, running water is completely fascinating at this stage, and these are really great for using with water. Equally, things like the jug can be used for pouring rice or lentils and getting that kind of coordination going. If you are following Montessori principles and your child is drinking out of an open glass, this is a great way to start teaching them to fill up their glass as well. The sixth item in my stocking filler list is 2-piece puzzles. Puzzles feature quite heavily at this age, and it is a great skill for your child to start learning how to do. Matching and sorting and finding pieces that fit are all great learning opportunities. We actually got a set of these a long time ago in a charity shop in the UK, and so I don't know where they're from, but I will find a link to something very similar. So these 2-piece puzzles are all farmyard animals. So I've got a horse and a duck, and they are big and sturdy and individual, so that your child can just, you know, spot them. At this age, definitely Oscar is able to match. As long as you choose things that are familiar to the child, this should be they should be able to do it with a bit of support. Obviously, you don't want it to be too easy, but yeah, if I lay out, you know, the pig and the horse and mix up the pieces, Oscar's able to very easily, you know, spot which pieces go together. Then you can kind of add to the challenge and throw in more animals, or throw in animals that have similar colours. So there's the chicken, they're all brown, so that's a bit more of a challenge. At this stage, Oscar does find it still a bit tricky to actually place the pieces together. He's just not quite dexterous enough at the moment, but that just allows room for development, and that is what I love in a gift, that it's still able to be used now, so he can definitely, you know, find the pieces that go together, and then with a bit of support can physically put the puzzle together, and I know in the future that that will just get better and better, and he will be able to do it more independently. Stocking filler number 7 is a set of vehicles. Oscar was actually gifted these by my dad last Christmas. He was only 5 months old, and actually they just, they weren't at his level at that time. So they've been packed away, and in the last couple of months they have become one of his go-to favourite toys. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll pop my handle down here. It's The Way We Play. You'll see that they feature quite heavily in some of our activities. I eventually created him a little cardboard garage for them to go in with a big ramp, and he still to this day plays with that. I think he's had it a couple of months now, and he plays with it every single day. Stocking filler number 8 is a really simple and cheap one, and it is a spray bottle. What child does not want to get under the kitchen cupboards to all of those things that they're not allowed to touch and spray those chemical bottles? So this is a great one for practical life activities. Oscar uses this for cleaning the windows and cleaning the floor. He observes me doing the same thing, and so now he has a smaller version, so it's easier for him to hold. And that grip is a really great one for pre-writing muscles. So being able to use their fingers to kind of press down and spray is actually an also added bonus of this activity. Have it in the bath, have it outside for water play. It is just something that they love, and so cheap to buy, so very easy for a stocking filler. Item number 9 is magnets, and I'm going to be a bit more specific. They are magnets with items that are familiar to your child on them. It could be animals, it could be fruits and vegetables, it could be vehicles, whatever you want. This set is a really lovely set from Melissa and Doug. It comes in this little box, and it has a mixture of kind of zoo type animals, pandas and elephants, farmyard animals, and also dogs and cats and things like that. So it's a great one for linking to lots of other things that you might have in your house, like books and things. These have been in circulation for a good 6 months in our house. To start with, Oscar had them, and just it was an activity just to be able to pick them up and get them the right way around to stick them on the fridge. And now they're coming into their own for language development. Oscar now will be able to, I'll be able to talk to him about the animals, and he'll be able to pick the one that I'm talking about. Not from all of these. So I might lay 4 of them out, and I might say, which one is the cow, and we can find the cow, and we can make the noise, and we can put it up on the fridge. This set particularly links to so many of his books, the animals in it. So we might not have a physical big animal, but we might have the magnet version, which is ideal. And we have reached number 10, and that is Pom Poms. These are almost like a guilty pleasure of mine because they are so useful and come into so many different activities. And if you are a Pinterest person, you will definitely find lots of activities to use Pom Poms for. Oscar has had this set for quite a long time, before he was 1, and they have come in such handy for so many different activities. To start with, we use them for posting because these are the giant Pom Poms. Again, I'll link everything down below. We also have a set of smaller ones, but these ones are great for that kind of younger age, being able to post them into boxes. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted a picture of an activity that I did with him where I just stuffed a load of them into a kitchen whisk, and that was an activity for him to be able to use his pencil grip to pull them out from the whisk, and that kept him busy while I was making breakfast one day. They are just so handy. If you've watched my water play video, I use this for a fishing game where he had little sieves from the kitchen and he was scooping them out. So these got completely wet, and they dry out and you can use them again. So they are brilliant and versatile. So that is the end of my stocking filler video. Thank you for watching. Coming up next week is a toddler gift guide video as well. So for those bigger items, if you are following the Montessori principles, that video might be of use to you. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do that so that you are notified when I upload a video, and make sure that you press the bell button so that you get a notification when I upload. Thank you for watching this week's video, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.